This is my shirt. Happy Halloween, everybody. I got 4 new subscribers. Happy Halloween to my 4 new subscribers. Hey guys, recently my channel has blown up and I decided it's time for you all to get to know me. I'm doing the Authortube. Oh my god. Sorry. So I'm doing the Authortube Newbie Tag, but not the real one, kind of the real one, but I took away some questions because I was like, I don't know. And I kind of added some things, so yes, here we go. And also at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing in November. Yeah, everyone's like throwing rocks at my windows every night, wanting to know my November writing plan, so I will share those as well. Yes, and of course, I'm also carving this really big pumpkin. I asked my mom to get it for me, and I was not expecting such a big pumpkin. But thank you, Mom. Here we go. Oh my god. Take a shot every time you guys fall to your death. This is not safe. I want you to be safe. You've already taken 3 shots. I'm trying again, but this time I stuck you in a wad of Play-Doh. Okay, this should be great. So the first question is, what is your book's... Make it work, people. Make it work. The first question is, what is my book's pitch? And if you have multiple books, you pick your favorite. The book that I mostly work on this channel, that I've mostly worked on so far, is nicknamed The Shark Book. I have not shared the real title, and I never will. It's nicknamed The Shark Book. It's a literary fiction book, and I don't have an actual pitch for it because I am very stingy about my writing projects, but it is about shark divers. It's about shark divers in the Florida Keys. Shark divers in the Florida Keys. And it's really about friendship. It's about a ride or die friendship, and there are sharks in it because I love sharks, as you see my friends behind me. It's about sharks. Just a little more information about that book if you are completely new here. I finished the first draft about a month ago, so right now I'm letting it sit. I'm very happy with it. I'm hoping it's going to be the first book that I query, but we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. I kind of talked about this in my draft 1 wrap-up video, but I think I'm going to have to make some I want to make some pretty significant changes because I outlined the plot, but as I wrote the book, I feel like I grew a lot as a writer, and I kind of have a different story I want to tell, but it's kind of the same story, but it's just, I want to tell it way differently. So yeah, I'm planning for a pretty big revision. Oh my god, wait. This is satisfying. Yay! It's Halloween. So that's the shark book. And then, oh my god. So the next question in the tag is, what do you usually write? And I'm also going to say what I usually read because I think that is a good indicator for what I write. So I write literary fiction, and I sometimes write a little bit of speculative within that literary genre, but lately I've been really just not. And it's not really even, I feel like, maybe speculative kind of gives the wrong connotation. It's kind of like surreal. I don't know. I feel like my creative writing professor would get mad at me because I don't think I'm using that right either, but it's not like ghosts and ghouls or anything like that. And then I'm also going to put some of my favorite books on the screen. I might put a lot because I have trouble choosing, but yeah, I love literary fiction. I love character-based literary fiction, and I love character relationships the most. Like if there's a good relationship in there and it's kind of complicated and a little toxic, but they love each other. But I also love, I just love prose, and I love when writers say something that you've been feeling and you didn't even know you could put it into words, and then they put it into words and you're like, oh my god, you put it into words. I love that. So yeah, that's what I write and I read. Thank you. The next question in the tag is, what made you start writing? I mean, when I was little, I read a lot because I was kind of weird. I feel like books like Joni B. June's Junie B. Jones and Ramona and Beezus, or just the Ramona books. I feel like those really did it for me because I saw myself in those girls. And so the first book I ever wrote was kind of inspired by those, but it was like fan fiction of myself. And it was like I was crawling through the air vents in my elementary school. I wrote that in a little notebook, and then I would type like half stories on my parents' computer. But then I don't know, I kind of stopped doing that. It was never that serious. When I was young, I never was like, I'm going to be a writer. That never really crossed my mind. But then in high school, I started reading again. I think the first book I read like for fun in high school was the Six of Crows duology. And then I was like, oh yeah, books. So I started reading a bunch again. And then just naturally, I kind of just wanted to write. And then it was kind of after my first year of college, I realized I wanted to write books and be a writer. So that's my story. The next question is about which publishing path I want to do. Traditional, self, or hybrid. And I want to be traditionally published. That's my dream. I can't wait to get an agent and to get a book deal and then to go to Barnes & Noble and my book is on the shelf. And it's like not quite at the top at all. It's kind of like you got to search for it, but it's there. But yeah, I want to be traditionally published. That is the goal. So this question isn't in the tag, and it's what is your ideal publishing career? Because I've thought about it a lot, and I really want to be, like, I want to be niche, but I want to be popular in my niche. Like, I just want the cool kids to kind of know who I am, and like some regular kids too. Not kids, also. I write adult literary fiction. I did not state that before. I would love to write full-time, but just kind of like live a modest life. I'm not expecting to be rich from writing, but I would love to get to the point where I can afford to rent my own apartment and just write all the time. And I would just love to be able to write all the stories I want to write and just have somewhere to publish them. A modest little following. Like I said, I'm not at the top of the bookshelves. I'm not in the window of Barnes & Noble, but I am in the store if you only set your heart to finding me there. What is my biggest writing struggle? I don't have one. Sorry. My biggest writing struggle is probably just trusting my instincts and my voice and my perspective on whatever topic I'm writing about. I feel like I'm always assuming that everyone else who's writing books is a lot smarter than me and has read a lot more and traveled a lot more and they just know a lot more than me. I'm happy with what I'm writing. It's just like I'll read someone else's work and then suddenly not be happy with what I'm writing. So I just need to learn to trust myself and not compare myself to everybody else. It looks really bad. My biggest writing skill is my character relationships. I think I'm really good at those. I'm just good at making them very complicated and I think pretty believable. I don't always make the characters do what I want them to do. I just try to make them do what I think they actually would do. So sometimes people will be saying things to each other and I'm like, oh my God, don't say that, you love him. But I think they probably would say that given the circumstances. So yeah, I really like my character relationships and I also love my dialogue. I love a hard-hitting sentence that no one would really necessarily say in real life except in Girl Meets World.
You think I'm a failure.
I love a hard-hitting line that it's like not what you expected the character to say. Like there's an obvious thing they could say and then they don't say that, they say something else. I'm pretty good at that as well. Life hack: if you make something really ugly, you just kind of like turn the pumpkin. And then the last question from the actual tag that I'm gonna answer is, why did I start my Authortube channel? Mostly for that monetization money. I just want those big bucks. I started my writing channel because I don't really have writing friends in real life. and I want some. Like, I want people that I can talk to about my writing, because I talk to my sister about my writing a lot. Shout out Kaylee if you ever watch this video, because you are 3 videos behind. She is 3 videos behind. Comment down below if she's a good sister. But yeah, I talk to her about my writing all the time. She understands my characters and things like that, and so I can talk to her about that, but just on a craft level. Like, she's not a writer. I want people who kind of are in the world to talk to you about my writing. I would love a critique partner who writes similar stuff to me that we can exchange our work. That's like my goal. So comment down below if you write literary fiction and you want to be a critique partner. But also, I just want to meet people, not just people who write literary fiction. I've been watching Authortube forever and ever, and I've just been lurking in the shadows. And I never comment, because every time I comment and someone replies, it's the nicest reply. There's always like exclamation marks, emojis, everything. But every time I read the reply, I'm like, they think I'm weird. Been seeing the community and I really want to join it. So I'm trying. That is why I'm here. Will you be my friend? Okay, yeah. So that is all for the Authortube tag, like the actual tag. But I also have some questions, little stuff so you can get to know me, because I feel like I always have questions about people when I watch their videos. So here's the get to know me section. Guess. I am 22 years old. So that means I can get lit at the bar. What I do outside of writing for my job is I'm a substitute teacher, and I talk about this in one vlog. I will put it somewhere because I can't remember which one. But yeah, I'm not really striving for anything more than substitute teaching right now. Like, I'm not trying to get my teaching credential, because right now substitute teaching just gives me a lot of time to write. So yeah, I just substitute teach. I do special ed, and I'm great at it. And then what do I do outside of work for pleasure? The camera cut off just when I was gonna say that so I guess that was God telling me not to say that. What do I do for fun outside of writing? Honestly, my favorite thing to do is write. Whoa, are you crooked? Yeah, my favorite thing to do is write, but if I'm forced to do something else, I love hanging out with my sister and my friends. I like going out every once in a while, but after I go out once, I need to recover for a good long while. But I do like going out. I like going to concerts. That is so crooked. I like comedy. I like watching comedy. I love Amy Poehler. Thanks for watching, Amy. I know you're watching. That's it for the tag, and that is all the information you get to know about me. Please subscribe for my social security number. I will email it to you. Now I'm just going to talk a little bit about my plans, my writing plans for November, which was the original plan for this video, but I don't know what I'm doing in November, and I didn't want to make a whole video where I just said, I don't know. Basically, I have 2 options for what I'm going to be doing. Number 1, so I mentioned earlier I have some other books that I'm working on. One of them is called Grace, and it's another literary fiction book. It's about a special ed substitute teacher. Sound familiar? Anyways, it's a fairly new project. It's what I have been working on all this month while I'm letting the shark book sit. And I might, in November, try to draft a bunch of that. But the reason I say might is because I'm taking a little writing break right now. It's not very long. It's been like 5 days, and I'm going to be done with it tomorrow. But I jumped right into writing Grace. Like, the day after I finished the shark book, I started drafting Grace because I just really wanted to keep writing. And I don't really get burnt out. Like, that's not... I've been really busy with work, and I've been squeezing and writing around work, and I just realized, like, every single second of free time that I had, I was writing, and I was like, oh my god, I need to stop. But yeah, my break is pretty much over. I feel good now, so I'm gonna go back to Grace, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to want to keep drafting it, or if it's kind of just something I was working on, because it's been almost a month since I finished the shark book, and that's how long I wanted to let it sit for. And I've been thinking about the shark book every single day. So something tells me I might want to put Grace aside and just go back into the shark book. So that would be my other option for November. I would reread the shark book on November 1st and then make a revision plan and hopefully maybe start draft 2, but I don't know how long the revision plan will take. So yeah, I don't know what project I'm working on, but I do know, regardless of the project, I'm not going to do a word count goal because, first of all, if I'm working on revising the shark book, like I can't really do a word count goal for that. But also I just prefer, like I feel more satisfied when I put like a certain amount of time into my book because you never know what you can accomplish in a certain day. And I just don't like that I could work on a book, like I could work on my book for 3 hours one day and get 2 paragraphs, which has happened before. Comment down below if that's happened to you. And then like, I don't like feeling like, oh no, like I only got this many words. The number doesn't really matter. It's all about if it's beautiful, you know? Oh my God, I just broke it. Anyways, yeah, so no word count goal. I thought of a time goal. And I don't know if this is going to work at all, but my goal for November is to write for 90 hours. That's about 3 hours a day, which, you know, it doesn't sound like, okay, if I was on vacation, of course, 3 hours a day, it's like, oh, no worries. But I worked 2 jobs, 3 hour, I don't know. I was doing the math and I was like, I don't want to be lame, but I also, I just want to be happy and I want to achieve my goal. So I'm thinking 90 will work. That's my goal. I'm trying to write for 90 hours. And I'm going to vlog. I might do just one big vlog at the end of November because I love long videos like that. Or I might do like a couple vlogs throughout, but I will be vlogging. Maybe I'll vlog at least the beginning so then I can update what I'm working on. I'm kind of participating in Nano, but I'm cheating as well. I did some surgery. I fixed it. I'll put a candle in it in just a second for you in a beautiful montage. But here's the reveal. It's okay. Thank you for watching. Comment down below what you're gonna do, if you're gonna do NaNoWriMo or not do NaNoWriMo. Also, if you have a writing channel, comment down below because I need friends. All right, love you. Happy Halloween. Good night. Mwah.